Hey everyone, welcome to Closet Swap, where I get into the most fashionable New Yorkers' closets and we share stories, swap stories on fashion, clothes, and life.
Oh, that is Caché. Of course, I think I got these pants for $40.
Today I'm here with Sydney Cole Alexander, who is just iconic style, iconic fashion, iconic actress. So I'm so excited. Thank you for letting me interview you in your closet.
Of course, I was so happy that you reached out because I've been following you for a while and I love your style and
I
just
love little pipsqueak here.
pipsqueak. She wants to be involved.
I love
Um,
kitties.
I love cats too. Hey, baby. So it was so like exciting that you reached out because I've been following you for such a long time and your videos are so fun and I just
And I
love
love
all
Severance,
of your
so it
stuff.
all works.
I'm so glad.
Okay, cool. So the whole reason that I wanted to do this series is because I feel like there is so much more to fashion, especially in New York City, with like the women and men in New York who take fashion seriously. Because I think New Yorkers are very intentional about the clothes that they buy, that they have hanging in their closet, that they're like wearing on the streets, just because it's like we don't have cars. So like the second we step out on the street, what we're wearing is like
Yeah.
how we feel that day or like who we're trying to be that day. And I feel like I don't know, there's just more to like the story than just clothes. So I don't know. I think that's why I wanted to do this, but to kind of lead you into your first question, then it's like, how did you get into fashion? What has your journey been with that? And yeah, where did that start?
So growing up, I moved to New York City when I was 13 years old, and my friends were so fashionable. Like two of my friends, Morgan and then Flora, were always so fashionable. And I remember, like, as you were saying, like when you leave, that's what you're wearing. So people really, I went to LaGuardia for high school, and people really
Mm,
dressed up in school. Like they were dressed up,
really?
especially on a Friday, because you're going out afterwards. And so I always try to figure out like what's this like day to night situation where
Yeah.
you're gonna like wear something during the day, but it also has to work for night. And something we did a lot was we would go to Beacon's Closet, we would go to Buffalo Exchange, we would just go to Salvation Army and just thrift for clothes and try to find pieces that felt fun and unique. But I never really could get a sense of my style. But then I was thrifting a lot in school, and I think it was more home decor stuff because when I went to college, when we had Chekhov and Shakespeare scenes, we would have to go try to find pieces at Salvation Army that looked or props that looked they could be from that era.
Yeah.
So I started collecting a lot of like older home decor because
Oh,
I
that's
lived off
cool.
campus. So
Yeah.
that made a little bit more sense to me, but I still couldn't really figure out the clothes thing.
Yeah.
Um, and my
And it's hard with thrifting too, especially if you
yeah,
don't know your own personal style yet, to like go to the thrift store and be like, what do I pick out here? It's
totally.
really hard and it takes like practice and
Takes
time.
so much practice, trial and error, and also like figuring out like what fits work for you. Um, and so one day I was actually on my way to audition for Severance, and I was wearing something that was like so ugly, and I
I'm
just was
sure it was
like,
not.
it was so ugly. It was like some blazer I had because I was like, okay, she's corporate, and it just like didn't feel like me. And I remember I was on my way and it was so early to the audition, and I was like, I can't wear this. I can't wear this to this audition. So I like walked into Aritzia,
Yeah.
and I ended up buying something that felt really cute.
Yeah.
And I remember that my manager got back to me and was like, "Oh, the casting director said she liked your outfit." And I was like, "Huh."
Hmm.
And so I started collecting clothes from different eras as well for auditions. I was like,
Okay.
"Okay, well, I kind of want to have a different outfit for every possible character." And costume is something that really helps me click in.
Yeah.
So that I started collecting just for auditions, and then I started wearing the pieces. And then slowly I just started to like vintage more and more and more. So
Yeah.
it's just been kind of a, oh my God, she loves you.
Oh, I'm an animal whisperer actually. She's been so cute this whole
Okay, I'm
time.
sorry she's clawing you though.
Oh, I
Don't
don't mind at all.
don't claw her.
Oh, she's so cute. Look at her little butt in there. No,
Um,
there's like a lot there that you said, which I think is so interesting. Like, I'm from Detroit, so like when I moved here, I feel like it's so underrated that you do kind of have to figure out this like day to night style.
yeah.
Like when I was going to, because I worked in tech before, so it was like, okay, I'm going to work, and then afterwards I'm going out with my friends, and then maybe I'm gonna go like on a date or
Mhm.
something, and it's like you have like all these things in a row, and it kind of makes you be more creative with your style. So I
It's
like that you
true.
said when you're growing up here, like that's how it all related.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wanted to ask you, like, particularly about the acting process. When you do your acting process, like, how does wardrobe and like fashion and style play a part of that?
So I remember I had this one show in college and I got acrylics for the show. And all of a sudden, the entire way I was moving my hands is different. I don't know if you've ever had acrylics, but
Oh
like
yeah, my nails look horrible right now, but when I have acrylics, I'm
my
like,
nails also look horrible right now.
I start talking like Italian, like I am.
Exactly. There's just something about it. Like you move your hands differently. Like you pick things up differently. You're aware of your hands. And so I was thinking about that. Or like if you're wearing a corset and you're doing something that's from a different era, the way you're breathing is different. The way that you're holding yourself is different. And then it ends up changing your emotion. So for
Totally.
me, wearing clothes is a big thing for me. Like I always felt, especially in college, like the second we got into like wardrobe is when the last piece of everything would start to come together for me.
Yeah.
So I do my best when I'm having my auditions. Like I don't want to be distracting and wear something insane, but I try to like wear something that I really feel like the character would actually wear
Yeah.
and let that inform the way that I'm moving, the way that I'm breathing, the way that, I think about how do they wake up in the morning and like what do they select and why did they select that and what kind of fabrics do they like to wear and why. And I just feel like it just kind of helps you transform a little bit. There's so much that like I think an actor can do when you're breaking down the script, when you're thinking about choices, when you're thinking about the character's backstory, but it's also helpful to have things that like are from the outside that then go in, and not just from the inside out, but from the outside in as well.
Yeah. I kind of love that. And I also like what you said about you started thinking about it as more like, oh, they liked my outfit at this audition. So, like, now I'm going to make this more a part of it.
Mhm.
And I feel like, as someone who, like, is an artist, do you feel like when you think about fashion, that all kind of plays in? Or are you more like, I'm an actress and then, like, I have fashion?
Great question. I think that when I take a look at a lot of my friends, like it's very rare that my actor friends, I mean, it's very rare that someone's only an actor. Maybe someone's an actor and a painter. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
someone's an actor and a writer. Maybe someone sings or they dance. And so I think that it really dawned on me when I started researching like the history of clothes and like why designers are making certain pieces and what they're trying to say to the world. Like think about like the 20s, where
Yeah.
all of a sudden the dresses were boxier. There's drop waist now because there's a women's movement happening. Or in the
Yeah.
80s, we're now doing big shoulder pads because women are entering the workplace. And yeah, totally. And so power suits. And so I realized like, okay, there's crafting happening here, like literally crafting pieces of art, the designing aspect, but also the like political artistic piece as well. And so I think that I just feel like dressing is a way to express ourselves and you're saying something, or you're just enjoying life. Like I feel like life is so short and often I'm like, sweating, I'm at the gym and then I'm wearing whatever clothes, but if I'm going to actually step out, I would like to feel like I've like expressed myself and had fun.
That's how I feel too.
I feel like I'm definitely going to be one of those. Do you follow that page that's like oh my god, I forgot what the page, but it's all like really much older women who are dressed to the nines on the buses. That is 100% going to be me.
I know, me too.
It's so fun.
And like, why not? Like,
Yeah.
especially like at that age and that point in my life, I'm gonna be like, I do not care what anyone thinks. I'm gonna wear exactly what I want that day.
Because I think people are like, okay, now you're an older woman and now you have to become invisible. Like, no, you don't have to become invisible. You can stand out. You can wear what you want. You can
they're
be
inspiring
visible.
to me.
Totally. And so I think it's, I think a lot of artists like they like to dress up and have fun because it's another way just to express yourselves.
Well, and like one other question. So I actually read, I think in your like New York Times article, you said that they curled every hair on your head for Natalie.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was very interesting. Do you feel like in other ways that also kind of helped you get into character too, of like, okay, like the suit or whatever she's wearing, like how did that play into it, I guess? That role particularly, I guess.
I mean, I thought about the fact that she's if she's waking up and curling every curl in her head, because obviously I'm not doing that as the actor. The amazing, hair team is doing that. But she is doing that. She's taking the time to do that. Like that's how badly she wants to be perfect. That's how badly she wants to look like presentable. And so it made me just think about the level of dedication. It's going crazy right now. The level of dedication that she has to her job and to her image specifically. And then even like the fabrics were kind of stiff, and I feel like that helped me kind of like be upright.
Yeah.
Exactly. And to almost kind of feel like contained inside of the clothes, because she's not going to wear some like loose flowy thing and like, hang out and relax. No, she's going to be stiff and like uptight in a way. And so that's another way where costume, where the artists come together and they collaborate and then they help inform the character, and that the writing, hair, makeup, costume, they're informing me about the character as well, and so I can take that in what they're giving to me, and let that influence how I see my character.
Yeah, that's so cool. Okay, so I feel like everyone has like one piece in their closet that they just feel like is like the most sentimental piece or like the one most standout piece. So for you, what is that piece and like why, I guess?
That's a good question. I would say, for some reason, this dress.
Oh, I love it.
It's so simple. It's just this like cotton.
It's like never exactly
dress.
what you would expect. It's like
Yeah.
everyone just has like that one piece
Totally.
that they always go back to or that they always just love for whatever reason.
I think number one, because it's kind of the opposite of all the crazy clothes that I have.
Mm-hmm.
But there's something like, I think this dress is from the 60s or the 70s.
Oh,
so number one,
special.
I just can't believe it's still white.
Yeah.
Like that amazes me. But I think like, I remember like growing up, I didn't feel super comfortable in feminine clothes.
Mm-hmm.
And also like I love to work out, and sometimes like I put on like a dress and I feel like I look so funny with my arms and like this like really curly dress. But like there was something so like simple about this that like when I tried it on, like it felt so like feminine and simple, but I felt really comfortable in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's the first dress I've ever had that was like this. But it's not like a sexy dress or anything. It's just like pretty.
Yeah.
And that I felt really comfortable in. So like for me, it was a fun piece because it was the first time I felt comfortable in a dress like this.
It was like a turning point in your style.
Yeah. It was just so lovely to like be like, oh, okay, this feels like me. Because sometimes you can put something on and you're like, I don't feel like myself. Like this doesn't feel like something I would wear.
Yeah.
And so this style generally, like even like the eyelet, like I'm usually like, oh, I can't stand that. And is that what it's called, eyelids?
Yeah.
Okay. So it was fun to like finally find something like this because I kept trying on different versions of this throughout my life, and it never worked for me. So it's kind of fun that like you ever try something that you don't like eating and then you have it one time and it's good,
Later
and
in
you're
life.
like, oh, now I like this.
Yeah.
That's kind of the same.
Don't they say
experience.
like every cell in our body changes like every 7 years or
Yeah.
something? So that's why you can like
I was
like
just
something
talking about this yesterday.
Really? In the same way, like you can try this on and it'll be like an entirely new thing every few years. And I feel like that's like the interesting part about personal style is that it's kind of always evolving and changing. Yeah. And I think, you know, when I think about my personal style, like even as I like get into my 30s, the way that I think about style is completely different. And just, I don't know, like I feel like I've gone like in and out of like wanting to fit in the trends and then not caring, and I don't know, it's just an evolving process. So like for you, what is that like evolving process, or like what are you kind of thinking about right now in terms of personal style?
That's a great question. I feel like for a while, I feel like especially like in my teens and in my 20s, I like wanted to look attractive. Like that was what mattered. So I would like, if something wasn't like showing my body in a certain way, then I didn't feel good. And like as I got older and I became more comfortable with myself, I started to feel great, like if I was covered head to toe, you know? And so I think it's like a pivotal moment. Like I was so excited to turn 30 because I feel like there was just this like switch in my mind about like, I don't know, like I can feel great without thinking that other people need to think I look great.
Totally.
And so,
and also like at the end of the day, the weird part about that is people will think you look great the most when you actually think you
feel
look great.
Good.
So like
absolutely,
that's my realization too, where it's like all along you're thinking, like dressing more for like the male gaze or whatever when I'm in my 20s, but like all along you're thinking like that's gonna make people think I look good, but it's like no, actually I think people look good when I know they're wearing their style.
Totally. Like I think about me at like 18 years old, like walking in a dress, like having to pull it down every 5 seconds, like feeling uncomfortable. Like that's not great. Like for me, comfort is really important. I need to be comfortable. Yeah. I have to like, I'll put a pair of pants on. I sit down. I'm like, okay, I'm going to dinner. Like, let me expand my stomach. Like, I want to be comfortable. I want to feel great. I don't want to be cold. I don't want to be hot. And so I feel like I first go with comfort and like think about like me feeling comfortable in my skin and in my clothes. And so I think like my style has evolved because I'm not dressing for other people anymore. It's widened the range of things that I feel like I like to wear now. Yeah. And I feel like that like variety has been helpful. Or like, I don't know, like sometimes I would feel like, okay, well I don't want to be too loud and maybe I don't look good in this color. And now I'm like, I'm gonna wear every color. Yeah. It's gonna be fine. And I don't know, I guess I've become less limited. And also trying things that normally I wouldn't try. My current favorite piece are these Cavalli jeans.
These are insane. Oh
I
my
love
god.
them. I wanted them so badly because I was watching Sopranos for the first time a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
She came out in the dress version of this, but then I saw in another episode that she wore these jeans, and I was like, okay, maybe I can find the jeans one day. So I've been searching for these jeans for years.
Where did you find them? eBay?
Vestaire Collective.
Vestaire.
Vestaire.
Vestaire always has good prices, actually.
It does. So I was looking for something to wear to the Severance season 2 premiere, which ended up getting canceled. And I really, really, really wanted something in this print. I think this is Cavalli 2004 fall winter.
Yeah.
And I wanted something in this print so badly, and I was just looking at dresses. I think I spent 12 hours looking at dresses because, like, I can't afford a stylist. I ended up just like Google reverse imaging close-ups of the fabric and different versions of it, and I think finally I ended up finding it. And yeah,
That's like what you have to do. You
Totally.
have to do, like, take different pictures of it, reverse Google image search,
Yes.
anything you can do to find it. This one is so stunning. I need to bring this one out.
This is like a probably 90s or 2000s Newport News wedding dress, and there's just no lining in it.
No, but I love it.
Well, part of my like fashion awakening, my ex-boyfriend's mom was really into clothes, and she and I would talk about clothes all the time, and we would go vintage shopping together. So she got this at Beacon's Closet for I think like $45. So this is from the Spring Summer 2000 Mix and Match collection. I watched the runway show so many times because it's so much fun. I love the idea that you're supposed to mix and match everything. 3 different pairs of pants.
She's got the mixes and the matches. So I feel like you and I are kind of saying, like, we've figured out, like, not dressing for other people is, like, the way to really find your own personal style. But I think that's really hard for a lot of, like, younger people to figure that out themselves. So, like, what would you say as, like, a tip or even just, like, a little trick to kind of trick your mind into realizing that you should be, like, dressing for yourself and not other people?
I think just remembering that you can't please everyone. You're never going to please everyone. Not everyone's going to like you.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a fact of life. But at the end of the day, like, you're going to sleep with yourself. You know? And I know it's like hard to like find ways to stay true to ourselves, but maybe you try wearing a crazy outfit that you wouldn't normally wear around a really good friend that you know is supportive, or maybe try doing something like once a week, you know, or like put on a brooch and then you can always pop it in your bag if you're unsure about it. But I think that confidence is like the best accessory.
Totally.
If you feel good, like you were saying, if you feel good in what you're wearing, people can feel that, and then they feel at ease because you're confident, and that's what like it takes to pull something off, I think. Because, you know, I've worn things and I felt self-conscious in it, and then the outfit doesn't work suddenly. So I think it's really about just owning your choice, and also remembering that the stakes are low. It's a piece of clothing. You know, you can take it on, you can take it off. It's not committing like having a haircut. And that it really should kind of like bring a sense of play and fun. That it's like when we were kids and we liked playing dress up, it was so fun. And so if we can like tap into that feeling and remember that the stakes are so low, and just play dress up, and that it's really not that serious, I think it can be less overwhelming.
Yeah, like I like that idea. The stakes are low. It's just clothes. Like, I feel like people overthink it sometimes, and it's like really wearing what you love should be like easy and just fun.
Yeah.
And yeah. I loved this. This is
This
great.
was so fun.
Thank you for having us in your closet.
Goodbye.
Awesome.
Bye.